I'm here today with Joe Vettel. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, thank you.
He is the Sanford Health Senior Business Improvement Strategist for Roger Maris All-Star Week. And this year, I'm so excited. I was really excited when I got the information to see the sports camps that you are doing for the All-Star Week. So if you wouldn't mind, just tell us all about this.
Yeah, you know, one of the great things about the Maris family is when they asked Sanford to really help them solidify their father's legacy and kind of move that from the baseball legend that he was to really what the great work we're doing at the Cancer Center that bears his name.
Awesome.
And you know, that's a legacy that we just want to live.
Yes.
And so when we visited with the Maris family about 3 years ago to make this transition to Roger Maris All-Star Week, one of the things we asked them was, what do you think your father would want as part of this week? And you know, we knew the golf tournament was going to be one because that's been legendary for over 30 years. But there were some other things they said, but clearly what he would just unbelievably smile down on his bumps. And one of the things is he had a real soft spot for youth. And his kids would describe how he would spend quality time with them, teaching them great activities. And even with his busy schedule as a professional athlete, he had the opportunity to take and have those kids in the backyard, not just him, but neighbor kids and kids from here in Fargo and just stuff like that.
Can you imagine that?
Oh yeah, you know, your coach is Roger Maris.
Neighbor Roger Maris.
Oh gosh, and so they came to us and said, can we incorporate something that includes kids exclusively? So the Roger Maris All-Star Week Kids Camps was born, and it's been a great fun and activity. And so this year we have 6 sports that are selected, and they rank.
Incredible.
Yeah, and you know, we are just blessed at Sanford Health with some incredible sports partners.
Awesome.
And so we went to them and we said, hey, can you help us? Because my vast knowledge of things like softball and basketball are pretty limited. So we really relied on our partners to step up and say, can you help teach these camps? And they have. Everything from Davies football to Davies softball group, and then along with that, Fargo Youth Baseball. We've got a ton of partners that are helping us. Moorhead hockey. And I could list them all, but I'd go on and on. They're just incredible. So each one of them took their area of expertise and they designed a youth clinic that not only is going to teach kids some of the basics of each sport, but even more important, teach them the values that Roger Maris instilled in his kids. And so we've taken that, and we've taken a message that comes across those kids about sportsmanship, about leadership, about being part of a team, being part of a community. And there's no better way to teach kids than at their own level. And we're very blessed to utilize the athletic piece to talk about the community. And so I think it's going to resonate really well. It already has. We've, you know, in the past we've had a great number of kids that have attended our clinics already, and this year we already have over 300 children registered for our camp. And so we're just excited. These clinics are going to be an incredible opportunity for kids. And yeah.
I love to see the way, I mean, our community just steps up. Like you said, you put the call out, and like, I can teach that camp. I can make that happen.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I'm just going to bring us to your website here. It's just rogermarisweek.com, or you can go to sanfordhealth.org and find Roger Maris Week. But it is great. Here is some of the stuff going on for All-Star Week, and then especially those youth sports clinics. And I was just amazed when we got some of the information in a press release, how much there was for kids. And you know, camps are really expensive. I have 3 kids. They're grown up kind of now, but those are expensive things. So to get to have something that you could bring your kid to for free, incredible.
Well, and that was the other thing the Maris family said. They want the week to really include something for everybody. And so if you look across our lineups, we got things for kids, we got things for adults, we got things for families, we have it all. And the nice thing is they told us, let's try to make sure that those things for kids are free. And so what we did this year, as we've done every year, is we have free clinics. The only thing we're asking people to do is consider a donation to the Cancer Center. And so we've already raised, without even doing anything, we've already raised just with our donations through the clinics, $1,500 towards the
Oh my
Cancer Center.
goodness.
So these are
Wow.
donations that are coming in for $10, $20.
Yeah.
Give whatever you wish. Give you whatever we hope in your heart you feel is what these clinics are worth. And
Yeah.
people are just continuing to step up. And again, the clinics are free. All we're saying is if you feel something in your heart,
Yep.
give back. And we've been blessed to have those people that are willing to step in and say, you know what, I'll donate a little money to the Cancer Center.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and that's part of where our legacy is with the Cancer Center. We have found through these Roger Maris All-Star Week stories
Yeah.
is that every person in our community is touched somehow by cancer,
Yeah,
whether they have a family
unfortunately.
member or themselves have been impacted. We hear those stories and they resonate with us, and throughout this week you're going to hear a lot of those stories. We're going to utilize this week as a platform to tell those heartwarming and heart-tugging stories
Yeah,
that
good.
exist around cancer, because we feel that the work that they're doing at the Roger Maris Cancer Center is not just health changing.
Yeah.
It's life changing.
It is.
They just do things in a way that lift people up, not just medically, but emotionally, physically, and again spiritually. And I'm very every year I sit back after the end of the week and I look at those stories and take a breath and recognize, why do we do this?
Right.
And you know what? It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
I
lot
can't
of
imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our Sanford leadership gives us full reign to do what we need to do
That's
to get it
awesome.
done. And like we tell people, every one of the dollars that is raised throughout the week is given right to our charities. The two charities we are utilizing is the Cancer Center, obviously,
Sure.
and the other one is a scholarship program that takes and pays for youth programs, athletic group programs in our community. And then also, as part of that, is the Roger Maris Academy, which is a different type of activity
Yes.
that I want to talk a little bit about. The Roger Maris Academy was born last year, and Roger Maris Academy is a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, and specifically for teenage kids. And what it does specifically is to expose these kids to different work opportunities in our community, not just in healthcare,
Yes.
but across the board. So we have a lot of our business partners that allow these kids to come into their place of business, and they show them the different types of jobs that are out there. And what's incredible about that is something that Roger Maris Jr., Roger Maris Sr.'s son, told me, was that his father was a big believer in not handouts, but hand-ups, and giving
that.
people the opportunity to get themselves, even if they're in a place of poverty or if they're in a place where they don't feel good, how do we get them to a place of great standing? And one of the ways we said is get them a great job. And again, we're not exposing these kids to jobs that just need a 4-year degree or need a 2. These are jobs that are out there right now and available to anybody if they're willing to work at it. And we've got a lot of great companies that are doing wonderful work right here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. And they've opened up their doors. And these kids they had 23 visits this last year to different businesses. And it was incredible to watch. These kids' eyes light up when they see what those opportunities that are out there.
What is out there? Because a lot of times you just aren't aware. Kids just don't know what's out there if they haven't seen it.
Well, and sometimes, we've talked about this long and hard. There's a lot of jobs out there that I think people believe, even in healthcare, that don't require an advanced degree. That they can come work for Sanford Health, and we got a ton of those jobs that are great and meaningful, and they do wonderful things for people. They're well paying. There's great benefits, and those kids see those and go, I could do that. And we're like, cool. And every line of work, every business that is out there has those types of jobs, and they just need to be exposed. And so we're doing our part. We're enjoying the fruits of our labor, and our partner, the Boys and Girls Club, they are doing a tremendous job. They work.
They're a great organization.
Oh man, Robin Nelson and her staff over there are just absolutely incredible. So we're happy to partner with them. We're ecstatic to see what that future is for the Maris Academy.
It is. So I have a funny connection to the Roger Maris Academy. Prior to coming here, I was at radio station, and we had the kids over there, and it was so much fun. And like you said, just to see different ones. It's not going to be, everything's not for everybody, but there were a couple of kids that just lit up when they got to see the equipment and how it works. And it's like, yeah, you can do this. You know, if you're willing to work hard, there's opportunities out there. So what an incredible gift to those kids. That's
I laugh.
amazing.
Yeah, you bring up funny stories. One of our first trips that these kids took was over to our Sanford ambulance service.
Oh,
and
interesting.
Which was, was exciting. And so prior to them going over there, they briefed the kids and said, hey, dress appropriately for where you're going and dress for success, right?
Right.
And a lot of them actually wore the official Marist Academy swag that we provided them. So they were dressed very nicely in that, representing. But one young man dressed up in a suit. And he jumped off that bus, and he was ready to go.
Something about a suit, man. If you're ready.
And I, it was almost like he was ready to interview for the CEO job of Sanford Health.
Here I am.
Yes,
I love that.
Oh, he was so enthusiastic. But that's what's great about it. They all find their passions, and it's just about exposing them to what they feel is right for them. And once you expose it to them, they'll kind of do the rest. And so we're pretty excited.
That fire lights, it's like that's all you got to do. They'll take it from there. What an incredible thing. I'm so glad we got to talk about the Academy as well. Really cool. It's so neat to see, too, the Marist family doing all these things because, with that name, they could be charging, a tremendous amount of money for these camps and doing it a completely different way. So what a cool thing for all these, for our community.
Well, we've been, obviously the partnership with the Marist family has been a long-standing partnership, but my tie to them dates back only really 3 years, and when I started with Sanford and started with the Marist event, but I've got to know them, and they're just incredible people, and we have a little loose tie. Their mother, who obviously has a connection to Shanley through her husband, was my mother attended Shanley at about approximately the same time, and so during that process, we've kind of connected those dots.
Definitely, that's interesting.
And it's always nice. They're again extremely kind people, and my mom happened to pass right kind of at the end of Marist Week, and during that time period, their mother reached out, and not only did she provide me some very words of comfort, turned around and made a very, very nice donation to the cancer center in my mother's name, and that's just those things are the touching moments that you are able to connect, and there's a variety of those stories that we can tell that again, the Marist family extremely giving. Very complimentary of what they do as far as they're utilizing their father's legacy to be part of Fargo, and so we're excited for that. And again, they always come in I think we'll have about 16 members of the family back again this year, and it's always great to host them back here in Fargo.
Oh, definitely. Well, you're going to have an incredible week.
Yes.
Oh, and so again, you can sign up for these camps if you've got kids. I'm just going to bring you over to the website page again, sanfordhealth.org, Roger Marist Week, or even rogermaristweek.org. It must be .org. All right. And we'll put those links up too. So thank you again, Joel. I sure appreciate you taking time to come over here and visit with me.
I always love coming in. And I just want to remind people also one of our big events is the golf tournament, which is on Thursday.
Yeah, tell them all the details.
Yeah, the Marist golf tournament's been around for a number of years, and they've done a tremendous job of really making that a premier tournament. And 3 years ago, again, with our shift we decided to revamp that tournament, but I'll tell you, we have a lot of the same golf committee members that do a tremendous job, and they're long-standing friends of the Marist family, and so they've turned into a great. And we're already, we've capped the 18 with actually 2 tournaments that are going to be going on that day.
Oh, wow.
And so we have a 9-hole and 18-hole option, and those 2 are starting to fill up really fast.
I bet.
And so people need to, if they're interested, make sure they sign up.
Get signed up now.
Yeah, because we are capping them both this year, and we have some fun things going to happen on the course that are going to be unique to this year. And so we're excited. We've got a great long list of celebrities that are coming out that day. Also, just to remind folks, we're going to have on that first day for our first clinic on the Monday, we'll be over at Davies football field, and we're going to have the one and only Chad Greenway from the Minnesota
Wow.
Vikings will be there in
Oh my
attendance.
gosh.
And he'll be there for our great big kickoff that we're going to do about noon. And it's a ceremonial kickoff, which, again, it's kind of, we chose that title by
Right.
with the football guy,
Smart.
but we'll see. We're going to have a bunch of kids out there, along with some wonderful NDSU football players. Current players are going to be helping out the Davies football team, and of course Chad Greenway. And so, great items to happen. But here's the big thing: is we're just excited for the week, because that kickoff is going to allow us to spend the whole week talking about what great work they're doing at the Roger Maris Cancer Center.
That's so great. So many things coming together. The community helping for a good cause and
Yes.
benefiting right back into the community. So
It's
thank
going to be
you.
awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you
is
very
going to be
much.
a really good week. So
All
make
right.
sure you get signed up for that golf tournament soon, because it sounds like
Yes.
you will not want to miss that.
Exactly. And again, also remember, we've got some room in those kids camps. So
Yes.
get in there and make sure you sign up quick, because they'll fill up too.
Oh, they
So,
will, especially
yep.
with celebrity.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna be, and I always enjoy my time with those clinics, because the number of kids that are running around, and sometimes it's like herding squirrels.
Oh, yes.
Other times you can see the tremendous amount of energy that they put out there. Wish I could bottle that.
Right?
And,
Don't
my
you?
gosh,
Just
it's
take a swig of that whenever you need a little, it's like this time of day, kind of.
yeah. But I think we wear them out pretty good, so they sleep
you
well
do.
tonight.
I bet you do.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much.